I got to tell you, I love helping people be unstoppable. And when you think about everything that's going on out here, there really comes down to understanding there are very few things in life we can control. But the things that we can control can influence the outcomes, the destiny of our lives. Let me ask you a question. Who here's got a dream? Raise their hand. And I'm talking about a wild dream that you have no idea. Let me see the hands. Dreams that if you were to do them would change your destiny. Look around. Look. We got lots of dreamers in the room. Okay, thank you. Now, for those of you who haven't had a dream and didn't raise your hands, don't fret. Maybe part of your dream is to join a dream team and go cure disease or improve a community. Or maybe it's to bring a new to the world product to market. But understand something about dreams. You see, there's two processes going on here. The process of coming up with the dream and the process of actually turning that dream into your reality. I think of it a bit like making the baby and raising the baby. Now, I'm a father of 4 boys. I've starred in this movie quite a bit. And let me tell you, raising the baby is the hard part. Making your dream become reality is the hard part. It's very easy to talk about your dream. But that's what I want to talk to you about. Because I want you to be successful at turning that dream into your reality. Because it's going to be hard. You're going to fail. You're going to come up with all kinds of excuses and reasons why I have no idea this should work. And maybe you'll even talk yourself out of it. But if you can learn how to do that and build the confidence, you'll dream even bigger. And one dream will stack on another and another. And so I want to start with sharing one of my earliest dreams. That was to become a Navy SEAL. And to see this character, the creature from the Black Lagoon, this was a gift from an early Navy SEAL class. And to see this creature from the Black Lagoon, which is a 1950s horror film, this is actually a movie prop, it takes about 2 years just to walk into the compound and see the creature. It has a wooden plaque around its neck that says, "So you want to be a frogman." Frogman is nothing more than a World War II term for what a SEAL is today. A SEAL is just an acronym for the 3 areas we operate in: sea, air, and land. And not only does it take 2 years, but you have to have passed a physical fitness test 3 times before you get to walk into the training compound. It's a simple test: push-ups, pull-ups, sit-ups, a swim, and a run. They condense it. They make it a little more like a little triathlon, but if you train for it, you can pass it. Most anyone can pass it. And then, when you finally walk through the compound and get to see the creature, they make you take the test a 4th time that day, just to make sure you're physically strong enough. And then after that, they don't put you into SEAL training. They put you into a holding cell for 7 weeks and let you marinate. And they teach you basics about how to be getting ready for SEAL training, how to run on the obstacle course or do the special kind of swim stroke, and how to be a sugar cookie, which is just wet and sandy for long periods of time. And at the end of 7 weeks, they make you take the test one more time. And this is the story I want to share with you. Here we are, 122 of us, standing in front of the creature right before we're about to take this test, and we're waiting for the lead Navy SEAL instructor to come out. And we're standing at attention. And he walks out, and he walks with a limp. And he walks with a limp because his left butt cheek had been blown off by a rocket-propelled grenade. And he talks like this. And he stops right in front of the creature. And he says, "Candidates of the class of 181, you all interested to know the secret of making it through Navy SEAL training?" And we're like, "Well, come on, break ranks. Don't make me raise my voice." We were like kids to a campfire around the creature, like waiting to hear the secret, right? And he takes a moment and looks at us. He goes, well, that's secret. It ain't complicated. It's hard, but it ain't complicated. You see, you just have to decide what you're going to think about. Are you going to think about the pain of training? Or are you going to think about the pleasure that training can provide you? Now, I know for a fact, over 80% of you, well, you're going to think about the pain. You know why? Because you all been thinking about being a SEAL on a sunny day. And you see, that's a rub. You see, your country, she don't need SEALs on sunny days. She needs them on scary days. When it's cold, and it's dark, and it's wet. Oh, on that crack over your head, that ain't thunder. That's somebody want you dead. How bad you want to be a SEAL on that day? We're all standing around. Yeah, we're in, huge group think going on right there. You know what my job is? It's to create a conversation in here that's going to drive you to make a decision of what you're going to think about. So you do yourself a favor. You think real hard before you pass this next little fitness test, because you pass it, well, you're coming to my side of the compound come Monday morning, 0500. Oh, and while you're thinking about it, well, enjoy this sunny San Diego day. Bye now. Instructor Halfbutt, we never called him that to his face. He loved to tell us he could do more with his half-butt than we could with our full ones. But I wanted to give you that story for three things. Number one, 122 of us. Took us on average 2 years to get there, to start the process of going after our dream. We had passed that physical fitness test 4 times. We were stronger after 7 weeks. And how many passed the test? 64. He got half the class nearly wiped out. Now, he went on for a little longer than what I just gave you, talking about being a samurai sword and how he's going to pound on us and all that kind of stuff. But, there it was. And you'd go up to him. I was one of the officers in the class. Hey, why did you do this? I know how fast you can run. It wasn't my day. I don't think I'm ready yet. God talked to me, said maybe I shouldn't be here. It had 2 years to talk to God about it. But they all had their own excuses. They came up with their reasons. They made their action. And they decided not to pass that test. Number 2, y'all been focusing on being a SEAL on a sunny day. Now, take out SEAL and put in your dream. Let's face it, when we start to dream, we think about the glory of the dream, right? What's it going to be like when I'm the champion? When I got the gold medal? Or I've achieved this status? Or I've done this thing? Yeah, it's the easy part. That's the fun part, right? But it's the scary days that get us there, not the sunny days. We need the scary days. We need those because that struggle builds a strength. It forces us to learn new skills. It puts us out of our comfort zone. It develops the good stress that we need, right? And the final piece. You know what my job is? Conversation. You don't have to go through SEAL training to get the conversation. You just got to go out there and decide to do something that's new to you. That's a dream. Going to do something new to you, you're going to have a conversation. And here's how I think of the conversation. It looks like this. We have 2 main voices that we have to deal with. The first one, I call it the whiner. My whiner, it's like a 10-year-old Alden. You know how hard this is going to be? Why do you think you should be here? You're a terrible runner. You can't do push-ups. What are you doing here? Try to get me to procrastinate, doubt, complain, quit. Looks in the rearview mirror. Looks to keep me in the comfort zone of familiarity. By the way, that's where mediocrity lives. But if you know about the whiner, then you can also start to tune into the other voice. I call this voice the winner. And when you're trying to do something new to yourself for the first time, the winner whispers, because you haven't got the confidence yet. And it whispers things like, get up, try again, keep going. You can do it. Hard to hear that, whispers of the winner. Now, going back to Instructor Half-Butt, he wasn't kidding about those conversations. I mean, conversations came fast and furious, like this one. This is drown proofing. They lash your feet together, tie your hands behind your back. You know what the whiner's saying in that one? We need my arms to swim. What are you going to do? You're going to drown. And the winner is saying, hey, 180 classes before you figured it out. Get in the water, break it down. You can do this. Or this conversation, inchworm games, stupid games. Sit there in the muck, going back and forth. And the whiner, why are we doing this? This is stupid. There's no tactical reason to do this. The winner, hey, it's not going to be here forever. Come on, just get through it. Make fun of it. Find something fun about it. Or this one, their favorite, surf torture. Just sit in cold water until somebody walks out and rings a bell and quits. Do you think that it's helpful to think how cold the water is, to listen to the whiner at that point? No. You got to start thinking about the winner's voice of like, hey, we got to figure out ways to stay warm here, right? But let me tell you, those voices by themselves, they're neither helpful or hurtful to you until you start to give them energy. Now, how do you give them energy? Well, you do it by your other controllable, your focus. And here's how focus works. You see, it works like a funnel. It funnels energy into taking an action. We all have a focus funnel. In SEAL team, they call it our weapon system. How does that work? You put a thought in there and you give it energy, and then that drives you to take an action. Focus will determine a direction on something. Now, here's how I think about it. Imagine for a moment you got all these voices coming back and forth, right? They're sitting above your focus funnel. They're not helpful or hurtful to you yet. Now, why are there so many more whining voices than winner voices? Because we have a negativity bias. It's built into us. It's a 1,000,000+ system where we put more emphasis on negative than we do positive. Some UCLA neuroscientists have even come up with this idea that on average, you need 3 positives to offset 1 negative just in your mind. Now imagine if you're saying it out loud to your team and what happens there. So how do we sort this? We need a little piece of operating code to sort between these. And what I want to give to you is what I've used, and I started using it all the way back in SEAL training, is that I'd ask myself this question: hey, is this thought helpful or hurtful to get me to where I'm going next? And if it becomes hurtful, switch. Go to another one real quick, because don't let your energy get wasted on a hurtful thought process. Because once you start to do this, it will start to align the thoughts into a helpful strategy to you to take the next step. Don't worry about all the other steps, just the next one, right? Another big dream of mine. 12 years after being with Instructor Half-Butt and all his conversations, I wanted to bring a new-to-the-world product to market. And I created this, the world's greatest fat-burning device, the Body Rev. Have you seen this? What? It's the world's greatest fat-burning device. You haven't seen it? You know how it works? That was a problem. I raised $1,500,000 from 37 of my closest friends and family to then spend the next 4 years and learn $1,475,000 worth of ways not to launch that product. And then I finally decide, hey, maybe I should pivot. I didn't say quit, I'm going to pivot. Business school term, right? I go to some investors. I got to raise a little bit more money. No, let me show you this chart. It's called a cash flow statement. You don't have any. You owe the manufacturer $500,000. It's over. Your wife's pregnant with your third child. You need to go get a job and go bankrupt. That's the only option you have. And oh, by the way, you're starting to embarrass yourself. Not helpful. That was not helpful. I sat in my car for a couple of hours thinking about what am I going to tell my team. I really need my team to stick around. It was only 5 people. And I finally get back there. The whiner is going full bore on my head. And the winner's like, you got to figure out a way to keep them. So I walk in the door. They come to me. Did you get the money? I got something better. He didn't get the money. It's over. It's over. And boom, it went fast. I was like, stay with me. Just stay with me for 90 days. We got some equity. We can go to the manufacturer. Because all you don't understand, we can't even make the mold in 90 days. Okay, well, what if we just start working on breaking down one of these obstacles at a time? We'll go to the manufacturer first. You figure out the manufacturer, we'll stay for a week. Now, I had kept a good relationship with the manufacturer, showed him the idea, said, hey, it's this or we're going bankrupt. He didn't like bankrupt idea. He goes, all right, I'll take some equity, and by the way, we can cut that mold in 26 days. 1 week. Well, it led to 2 weeks. 2 weeks, it led to 4 weeks. 4 weeks, we got to 8 weeks. And 87 days later, we launched these. Have you ever seen the perfect push-up? The rotating push-up handles? Folks, these were always one conversation away from never happening. In a little less than 3 years, we do almost $100 million in sales on an idea that we could keep thinking about something that would be helpful to go after. So when you think about your dream, I want you to think of yourselves as leaders, because that's what you are. Each and every one of you. And you have a leadership decision that you have to make. Always, every single day. Forget about anything in an org chart. It's in your head. And that leadership decision is a decision besides deciding between a helpful or a hurtful thought in the direction of your dream. Do that, and you will be unstoppable. Thank you.